This is really fun. So, I just watched that first half, and I was like, no, I have to finish the story. You can't start a story and then not finish it. That's bullshit. Everyone knows those are the rules. So, sorry. Sorry, I've been already talking at you for 10 minutes and, like, I don't know, 39 seconds. I got another 10 minutes in me. Hope you like it. And you know you do. So, yeah, so I'm staying with Hot Christy Brinkley, and, like, it's on. They start to, like, build the, no, lies, that wasn't that first. No, first, because remember, TV shows, when things happen, you see it from all the different angles really, really fast. And that looks great. We've just come to expect that. That's how things work. But when you're taping it, you have to do these things 97,000 times from all of the different angles. And every time that you do it, everything has to be the exact same. So I stood next to this woman forever and a day while they filmed what really was like 60 seconds. Lies. Like 2 minutes. Maybe 3. Doesn't really matter. But it wasn't a lot of time. Of the actor walking across the room, saying something to someone, and then storming back right across the room and walking right by me. By the way, not only did I get away from those 2 dudes in that other room and stand next to the hot Christy Brinkley lady, but now we're literally in the center of the action. The main character guy in this scene, who's not James Spader, by the way, was nowhere near there. I am just as disappointed as you were. I mean, it was still cool that I got to be there. It would have been 97,000 times cooler if James Spader had been there. Okay, I know. Let's move on. So, but the main guy, he's walking right by me every scene. So I know I'm getting some FaceTime. I'm not saying a word, but you're going to see me in my dress. Even just like I'm going to be a black and gold blur. So that was cool. I was excited. And then after they did that scene 100,000 times, they were now going to film a scene in a room that was, because where me and this woman were standing, we were in like the main ballroom, but we were standing right next to a doorway. And the next scene that they were shooting was going to be in the room where we were standing outside of. So we still have to stand there. So now, like, my shoulder's a little bit in the scene from behind, because all the action's happening behind me. But again, so I'm so close. I'm so close to this stuff. Like, the camera is on one of those trucks and trolleys, and it's like going whizzing right by me. It's so neat. Like, literally, when I think about how much of my life I've dreamed about being on a TV set, and I'm on a TV set. So neat. And I'm actually getting paid for it, technically speaking. I mean, not much, but I'm getting paid. And I didn't have anything else to do that day anyhow. Because I'm retired, y'all. Or was. I'm coming out of it. So, yeah. So all the action's happening behind me. And at one point, the main guy, or when I say main guy, I mean the man who was in the scene, who's a series regular. I don't really watch the show. His name's Tom on the show. I can't give you too much information about what's going to happen in the episode, even though I don't really know, because I don't watch that show, so. But I do know this guy's name is Tom. He is in the scene. He's behind me. And at one point, I have my back to the doorway, because that's the way I'm supposed to be standing. And they're getting ready to call action, and I just feel something hit my arm that's holding champagne, and the champagne just fly out of the glass and onto the floor. And here's the deal. My only goal for the day, I had no expectations, and the only thing I wanted to achieve on set was to not be the reason why a director starts yelling. That's all I wanted to do. And now somebody just made me pour my champagne on the floor right before they were start to call action, and everything has to stop so they can clean up some champagne that I spilled. Who did this? And I turn around, and it's that little shit, the guy who plays Tom. Apparently he was like, I don't know, he had a script in his hand, and he just was shoving it for someone to take because, you know, he was about to go on. And he ended up knocking my drink out of my hand. And unfortunately, I was so annoyed, and my mouth started talking before I even looked who I was talking to. I turned around and said to him, when he looked at me, he's like, oh. And I was like, yeah, thank you. You're great. And then I turned back around, and I was like, oh, shit. I just got bitchy with that guy. They're going to tell me to leave. But when he finished the scene, he came out and was like, I'm so sorry. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I feel like, though, he wasn't going to say sorry if I didn't get bitchy with him. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know him. Maybe he would. Maybe he's a nice guy. I just didn't get the impression he would have said sorry if I didn't embarrass him. That's what I'm saying. So that happened. And then apparently we were going to film a separate scene that happens later in the episode. So we all moved to a different room. And again, I just somehow managed to position myself close enough where I think I might be on the camera. A little bit. Just a flash. But I'm pretty sure you're going to see me. I don't do anything notable at all. Not at all. I'm just standing there. But I'm there, y'all. I was there. And then, and time's taken away, mind you, because I don't live in New York. So at some point, I need to take a bus back to my home in Philly. And they only run so late on a Monday. And I think it was 11 o'clock was the last one. And it's like, 8:45, and we still have another scene or two to film, I'm hearing. And nothing about this process has been quick. There's a lot, like I said, not the most efficient use of time. Maybe I should be a production assistant, because Lord knows, I like organization, and I really, really thrive efficiency. But anyhow, side note, getting sidetracked. But time's taken away, and I'm starting to get nervous. And eventually, we finished the scene that we did inside. They sent us downstairs to wait before we go outside to do some other scenes that were going to take place outdoors. Another half hour goes by, and I'm getting nervous because I looked on my phone. The last bus is at 11, and that's leaving from 42nd Street, and I'm up at 65th. And you don't get anywhere really quickly in New York. Maybe other people do. I never do. I never seem to figure it out, even in a cab. It's always mad dash, which is why I hate leaving things to the last minute, but I seem to be always leaving things to the last minute. It's my new adrenaline rush, is running for buses in New York City. Like a crazy woman down the street all the time. I love to run up on a bus as it's pulling away. It's my new favorite thing to do. With like shit flying behind me as I run down the streets. I never run. I don't look good doing it. It's all like I'm kind of hunched over. It's weird, but I'm doing it all the time now. Like I said, clearly it's the only cardio that I get. I don't know where I got here or how I got here, but I'm going to circle right on back to time's wasted, and I'm a little freaking out because we're just sitting around, and there's still 2 or 3 more scenes to film. And it's not going to go... I know. I could just leave. And I'd really be screwing things up because I'm screwing up the continuity because I was in the background and now I'm not in the background. And also, I'm always afraid. I'm a rules girl. I'm afraid to just leave. Even though I'm an adult. Totally could have. But I was scared. And that they would never call me again. I would never get to do this again if I didn't do it right. But at the same time, I don't want to miss that bus because I don't want to miss that bus. I have friends that I could call late on a Monday who have to get up in the morning and say, hey, is it cool if I crash on your couch? But that's rude, and, I don't like to ask for help. So I was really trying to catch the bus. And I talked to the guy, and he's like, oh, I don't know, I can't let you go. And it was when he used the words, I can't let you go, that's when I was like, oh, wait. But I'm just going to leave because this is silly. If you never call me again, you never call me again, but I'm going to have to go. And apparently this guy would get in trouble if I left. So I'm not hoping... Shh. I just stopped talking. I don't even remember his name. I'm a terrible person. But, yeah, he kind of, like, had to, like, sneak me out. Because if people saw me leaving, again, I'm in a party dress. You can't not, I'm standing out. He would get in trouble. So he helped me, like, literally sneak on out while they, like, oh, look over there. And I just snuck out the back. And then I ran down the street because I've put my Converse on. I'm running down the street like a crazy woman, like, because that's what I do in New York now. Running down the street, I finally catch a cab to Port Authority. And of course, I don't know, there's another parade. It's like 11 o'clock at night on a Monday, and somehow we've rolled up on a parade. There's always a fucking parade when I'm trying to get somewhere. Anyhow, and it's all of the cliched moments of it's going to be so close. I don't even have a ticket yet because Greyhound is so old school that while I can buy a ticket online, I can buy a ticket on my phone, but I still have to print it out. So either way, I have to go to the ticket booth when I get there. So it's like it literally is a race against time. And again, as I'm telling the story, like, oh God, what are the stakes? I missed the bus and have to call a friend for help. But no, fuck no, God forbid that. No, I'm going to literally race across town in this, like, fight to the finish to catch the bus. And get to the cab, pay it, and get out of the cab, and I'm running, like an insane woman. I am an insane woman, so it's fine. I'm running across the lobby to go buy my ticket. Pumping my arms. And I punched, because I'm a klutz and a freak who's like flailing around with long arms, whacked a trash can and busted my knuckle wide open. So now, like, now I'm bleeding with my hand and I have to go, like, buy a ticket. I'm a bloody woman in a cocktail dress on a Monday, bleeding and out of breath and sweating. It's ridiculous. So the girl sells me my ticket. God bless her. And yeah, as always, again, I'm the last person on the bus, making a scene as I sit down with all of my shit. Okay, yeah, let's go. Ridiculous. And I think I got home, I don't know, like 1:30 in the morning. After having left home, I caught the bus at 6 a.m. Yeah. So it was a long, long day. But I did make $100. I mean, I think it came to like 90 something after taxes. But that was money I didn't have before. And then, you know, minus a bus ticket, minus Starbucks, minus probably Band-Aids for my busted hand, and a taxi home at 1 something in the morning. I mean, I kind of broke even, but it's all about the story, man. That was a pretty good one. Sorry I rambled at you for so long.